get right on in.
Yeah, definitely. So as for bans, what are we expecting here, Dev?
Well, I feel like August in the past, they've really enjoyed banning. Their most popular ban in the last season was Blackbeard, and also Thatcher they've banned a lot of, so that makes sense. It's funny, like last season, it was their tied second most banned, Thatcher, but ever since then, they've just been banning that even more. It's really interesting. It kind of like Thatcher's just a nice default, simple, clear out all this utility in this area. You don't have to go below, you don't have to try and actually get a line of sight onto it. It's just nice and simple. And perhaps Auglers just don't like the other team having such an easy way to counter some utility.
Yeah, and then of course the next ban we're going to see is a buck. Of course, this is a very vertical map, so that's only going to make it a bit easier for the defense, make the attackers have to use operators like Sledge or even breach charges to open up the ground. And then of course the stock standard ban of a mirror. Not really surprised by that one, are we, Dev?
No, I mean it's one of the most common bans, and yeah, in particular it's been half last season. August banned it, and this time it's going to be Mantis. August getting rid of the Valkyrie as well. A lot of good players we've seen from Mantis players running out, playing aggressive in CCTV and surrounding areas. So it's going to be comfortable for August with that off the table.
Does that mean, though, we're just going to see players forced onto playing the Pulse below rather than the Valkyrie, of course? And, you know, I suppose for me, Pulse is more of that one-trick pony of he can only go through the floor, whereas Valkyrie can also throw Keems outside as well as take shots and C4s through the floor. Yeah,
Valkyrie tends to be a little bit better a lot of the time. But that said, the Pulse is going to be bypassed in this case for a Maestro. Now, Maestro doesn't himself have a C4, but he does have some great intel gathering on site that is often very difficult to deal with. So just putting that down there means if you do have someone with C4 below, a ping typically make it easy to deal with them.
Yeah, especially on a LAN environment where you can easily look at your teammates' screens. It's something that's not really thought about as much, I feel, by the casual observer. Like, if you're sitting right next to someone there on a camera, you can just quickly glance over. Ping is not as important.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Obviously, it only matters to the players that are actually sitting next to each other. You can't do it.
Then, like, still lean back, have a squiz.
So anyway, defending the top floor first up. Pretty predictable stuff here coming out. Joey G on the smoke, as I said, defensive operator, supportive operator, supportive player on the team. Also bring those impact grenades.
Yeah, as for this Mantis lineup, it's very frag heavy, isn't it? What is that? 3 speeds and the Thermite and the Zofia,
yeah. And I mean, we've seen demonstrated in the past, you know, how much those two operators can really make a difference. Zofia, for example, was used by Specker to incredible effect in almost sent his team, Darksider, to this event in the matchup against August. And just in the last match, we've seen some great plays from Odin Miso on Thermite as well.
Very interested of this setup over in Fountain as well, with that one wall reinforced and the shield, but that's off screen for now. Ethan's going to be the one roaming downstairs, of course. He's going to be discovered by these drones. Yeah,
a lot of them too. Completely droned out, but no follow-up from the players as of yet.
Also interesting to note that August haven't gone for a bandit to try and deny the armory wall. Of course, there is the mute. He's just not as powerful, but without Thatcher, I think it's going to be a bit easier.
That's true, but Nova at the moment is taking matters into his own hands as Ethan's still playing downstairs in the server. Now it's possible that there are attackers walking through the floor, and look, I was right. Silex right onto it, but he gets refragged immediately. Those Echo drones not going to be utilized any longer as Sweet Black finds that kill.
Yeah, that's Echo off the board. Very important pick, but Ethan's also going to find Nova. That's the Ash gone, and they are really struggling to find this player downstairs. This pre-fire's not coming out. Neither shot's landing at all. In fact, Sweet Black did take some, but how is Ethan still alive? I have no idea.
Hetty and Sweet Black both deciding perhaps it's better to just leave Ethan be. We can't do much about him now. Ethan, I think, getting everything he wants. Now, he's not a player with a C4 ready to make some vertical damage, but simply having this ground can be very, very useful in the late round.
Yeah, it's definitely caused Mantis to decide maybe we should just attack in a completely different direction, but they're going to fall right into the trap of walking into even more of Augus's utility. So Invitator's going to get this wall open, but no, we've got the mute jammer there.
No, and no Thatcher, of course, as it's been banned. 2 mute jammers ensuring that that wall's going to stay solid, but Sweet Black is taken down by Ethan on that flank up the east stairs. 2 players left remaining for Mantis. It's looking pretty good for the Aussies.
Yeah, and you have to say this is all because of Ethan completely shutting him down downstairs, leaving Mantis with almost zero ideas, and the one idea they have has really not been a great one so far.
Eddie unsure where he needs to push. Envy Taylor wants to peek slowly into Fountain, but he's coming up against a Maestro and a player quick peeking from inside of Archives. Joey takes that kill. Eddie now looking to push through this rotation into Archives, but there's a crossfire here and a crossfire there, and Joey will finish it off.
It's a great round there from August to kick things off. Is this just a bit of jitters to start things off from Mantis? Or are we going to be seeing August stepping up massive on land so far? Bit too soon to tell, I'd say, but
perhaps too soon to tell, but I think
just posing the question.
Yeah, you've got to point out the fact that August have played this really well, and also bringing out those perhaps more interesting strats, like just opening up a rotation into Office from Archives, completely protected rotation next to that solid desk, but one that can be confusing to the opponents if you have unusual rotations and because when you're attacking, when you're playing Rainbow Six, you think about where are all the places that this enemy could possibly be, and when there's a rotation that's so unusual, you're not even thinking about the possibility that a player could be there. Yeah,
I'd also like to point out that, you know, with Ethan downstairs, by rights should have been dead, but the amount of support he had from above in terms of Silex and
definitely
through the floor definitely really helped him hold that one out. But we're going to be going to the customs and supply room bomb site instead of the more standard ventilation room workshop.
Similar lineup as well for the defense, still bringing that Maestro, that Echo, and the Mute. This time the Alibi being brought as well. I think the Alibi typically holds inside of the security room upstairs, so as you mentioned, not the most picked bomb site down in customs, but a lot of strong ways to hold it still.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that we're not going to be seeing a Jaeger at all. Like we saw Mantis pick the Capitao last round, which Hetty's changed over to the Sledge instead, but to avoid those Jaeger devices. But now there's nothing for Mantis to worry about in terms of that.
That's true, but interesting also that in sacrificing that Capitao, there are no smoke grenades for Mantis. So denying line of sight's not going to be a possibility.
Once again, a pretty heavy frag lineup with, of course, the Thermite as the buster open of the reinforced walls.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of heavy fragging operators, a lot of fast operators, a lot of soft breach utility as well. Those Maestros should be made short work of if they're located.
Also very quickly opening up into holding. It's going to allow them to cut off any rotates between most of the bomb sites. Of course, there is one rotate hole just in the hallway next to the customs, of course.
I've seen a lot of the way that August hold this. Obviously, the typical way to hold this bomb site is to hold the room above so you can utilize holes through the floor. But on top of that, you have to take more ground. So we've got Ethan in Armory. He needs to be flushed out, and that'll take investment from Mantis in order to make that happen. But August are also happy to hold downstairs. If someone starts pushing in through Archives, Derpes there potentially to C4 through the floor. And if August get flushed out from one area, they just move to another area because there are so many different spaces on this map where you can rotate.
Yeah, it's a very nicely stacked up and, players in positions where they can refrag when required and, support their teammates around them.
Still fairly quiet so far, 5 versus 5. Mantis not quite sure exactly what ground they want to take, and so far, Nilio droning out inside of CCTV, spots Emo in. Sweet Black wants to push on and find this kill.
Yeah, well, there are other pings coming out down below, and Emo-Rin is going to find Sweet Black as that first frag, playing in security. I'm not sure if they even knew he was exactly him. We've got Joey on the Echo to help support.
No refrag yet either. Finally, passport wall is open, but not a lot of ground taken for Mantis. Not a lot of progress made for Mantis. Emo-Rin still allowed to play aggressive inside of CCTV. He still has a C4 to work with as well, and this is just one man holding inside of CC. Even if he gets killed now, there are so many players who can rotate to retake.
Yeah, completely solo QS here from Mantis. No one really in support. Going to see that C4 come out and not do anything, though, to Hetty there. But they're still getting ready to go for the plant here, Mantis. They are in a position where they can pull that off successfully and not have to worry about getting shot from above while they still have their players there. But Joey, he might have something to say about it, but Nova's taking down Solix. Joey can't land any of these shots. In fact, he's getting shot in the back. Envy Taylor to finish him off. Ethan's going to find one, but Emo Rin has been downed upstairs, so it is a 2-on-3 with that plant going down. But Derpe, he's in the perfect position. He denies the plant going down, and that should be the round unless someone can pick it up. Derpe, all on his own, is going to be able to win it there for Auglis, as that round, so strange, ends up being a victory for the Aussies.
For so long, I thought that Auglis had the advantage, and then finally Mantis figured out, all right, let's storm into the bomb site. These guys aren't expecting us. They took full control, but then one man of Derp peeking in through a denying plan was exactly what was needed.
That round was a film written by M. Night Shyamalan with all those twists and turns flipped on its head so quickly, and Auglis managed to put themselves 2-0 up. And I suppose we've been seeing Mantis play as Mantis play, right? Like, it seems like they're not doing anything, but suddenly they're in the advantage, they're leading the charge. It seems like they just need those players to step up and make the plays, and then they play off that.
I definitely agree. Now, something I'd like to point out, Silix, on the Echo once again, he's played that every single round, and in the last round when we saw, I was saying, you know, Emo is solo holding in CCTV, but he's technically not, because Silix's Echo drone is live droning him. And that's something that we've seen Auglis do so constantly, is use this Echo as a live drone on defense for their roamers, because we've seen power players from Auglis do away with the enemies so frequently and in such a dominant fashion, and it's on the back of this supportive information being supplied by Silix.
Yeah, definitely Solix is, you know, he may not even show up on the scoreboard every time, but he is the backbone of this team. Oh no.
What?
The reinforced wall destroyed that shield as a finish getting set up, and
Just in chat for Silix, please, yeah. Guys. That feels bad, man.
That's not the strat. That's not the play.
No. Emo Rin, play aggressive.
Trying to get that timing.
Yeah, yeah. You count up the exact number of seconds before you pre-fire that angle. Now, defending down inside of the vents with two successful defenses, they're forced onto either this bomb site or tellers. You can see Silix's Echo drone just scouting out inside of CCTV. Strong upstairs hold, 3 players at the moment with just 2 on site. Now, one thing to note with Mantis, as you mentioned, sometimes their players will just step up and force themselves in. If Silix is on his Echo drone downstairs, and only 1 player with him down there, then it's very vulnerable for a downstairs defense.
Yeah, if they could play quickly into the bomb site, it seems like Auglis wouldn't really be finding themselves locked out of home, so to speak. But it seems like Mantis want to stack up on the east-hand side of the map and start to push in all together. Oh, Ethan in this position goes for the melee, but he's going to be found out quickly. He's going to escape with his life, though, not quite landing the headshot from Mantis.
A strong push so far from Mantis, successfully opening up the Archives wall. Emo Rin decides to drop downstairs, but still Ethan upstairs. He's the only one, in fact, and you can see Derp looks to make a rotation off to roam south side. Dealing with Nova at the moment, he's just taking down Emo Rin. Oh, and Silix as well. Derpe needs to find this refrag, but I don't think Nova knows where he is.
Yeah, I think Derpe is going to play this one nice and patiently. We saw as well, excellent drone usage. Oh, Nova's going to drone him out. He's going to have to reposition. Derpe is going to do so successfully. This is now a 2-on-5. Excellent drone usage here from Mantis to put themselves in this fabulous 5-on-1, but they're going up against Joey. Can he pull something big out?
Joey with the SMG-11, he's a strong player with that. The shotgun as well in close range, but he's dealing with this Ash, has already got a 3K. Nova is just baiting Joey with his drone at the moment. Neilio jumps into the fray as well. Nova likely to start to make the push. Neilio goes down, Sweet Black goes down. Flash grenades putting Joey in such an uncomfortable position, and Nova finally takes him down.
Well, there we go. Mantis take that round. Wasn't really in too much doubt when it got to the 5-1. It seems like Joey was definitely panicking a bit. You can see him trying to react too quickly, just missing drones, which, he just needs to slow down. Of course, when you're in a clutch situation like that, just go for it.
There's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah.
What a big round from Nova as well. The newest player on Mantis FPS definitely showing up, bringing that Ash.
I'm just surprised that, he was allowed to be inside customs. Derpe over in the little security room next to it, and nothing was done. he was allowed to just pick up 2 frags of people rotating.
Yeah, when Derpa dropped downstairs, it was kind of like, all right, we have too many players on site. I'll go and start my roam. I'm going to head to customs. He heads to customs. He doesn't realize Nova's in the room, and Nova picks up 2 kills on that position. Derpa, too worried that he's also going to be a victim of the Ash, and ends up not pushing when he needed to, and only pushing when Nova wanted him to.
Yeah, there we go. Nova's leading the scoreboard on 5.
5 in 3 rounds. When 2 of those rounds your team has lost is certainly impressive.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, there was a point I was going to make before all the action went down earlier. So drone usage by Mantis upstairs to completely force everyone back. We saw Ethan smartly reposition. We saw 2 more drones heading his way. Mantis, you know, knowing when to invest those drones, when to have a backup one as well. Incredibly important in that round victory.
And I also like the way that Nova, as a solo player, used that drone as well. The way, obviously, it was lucky for him that his drone wasn't getting taken out by the misses from the August players, but he was baiting Derpa into peeking him, and it worked perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But into this next round, we're going to see Hetty back on that Capitao. I think Capitao is one of the stronger operators to attack on this bomb site. But once again, we're seeing that frag-heavy lineup from Mantis with not some of the utility you'd like to see, like perhaps a Glaz or, no, I would say Buck, but of course banned out. So
yeah, look, I'm happy with the operators that they've got as long as they actually use all of this utility to its fullest potential. So for example, the IQ, you need to be taking out Silex's Echo drones because Silex's Echo drones are enabling these gunfights to be won by the roaming defenders.
Oh yeah, now we're going to see Silex in that spot once again to hold down the door into the ventilation room. Ethan not playing in the same position though. He's all the way up in offices here.
Reinforcing this triple wall as well, and this hatch also allows Ethan to deny any kind of vertical play to take out those mute jammers, so there really isn't any ideal way to destroy those mute jammers.
What I do want to say though is I'm really impressed with how August have thought this out. They've banned out the Thatcher, so they're bringing Mute instead, who can cover more, and they're in positions where it's going to be hard for them to shoot them through the floor. We've got Ethan, who's playing right here, although that might be against him. So he's going to go low to Nova from below. He had that hatch opened up, so he could deny any of that, but that was not successful. But, you know, taking out the Mute Jammers has not been successful either.
A nice Ash charge just below would do the job, but it looks like Neilio's going to do it with the IQ scanner, and finally MV Taylor can open up this triple wall. Start the office push, but it really is a minute too late.
Yeah, well, that minute 12 on the clock. Silex up on the bookshelves, or the shelves. Going to be able to get some great Overwatch in there, and I'm still really impressed with this position here. Derpe's in a, well, one and done, or just fight to the last bullet, but with that Alder, he's got a lot of bullets.
It's going to take something special to flush out these positions, especially with that deployable shield, holding him safe and secure. Concussions or perhaps some Capitao bolts would do the job, but you can see that the way that Joey is in a strong position to support Derpa as needed. Some of these gas grenades already being expired, but Nova looks to push in from beepers, potentially power play position.
We're going to see the thermite to open up the bomb site even more, and I think Nova might have been discovered in the hallway there. We go, Joey's going to play aggressive around the hole, but he's going to go down to MV Taylor through his own thermite. Going to see the peek there onto Derpe, and Derpe wins that as Ethan's going to find Nova elsewhere. Derpe getting ready to peek on up. Is he going to find the next one? No, Neilio's going to win that. Turn this into a 3-on-3. Plant's going to be attempted, but Silex, he has his Echo drone, but the angle is just off and is going to be taken down. Plant's going to be confirmed, and Sweet Black's going to find Emo Rin, putting Mantis in the driving seat.
Just a few seconds, Mantis turned everything around, and now it's only Ethan remaining. 1 versus 3, retake scenario, rotates into office via the triple wall, but Neilio's waiting for that. What a great round from Mantis, and even when the timer is so low, Mantis, they cross all of the T's and dot all of the I's. They whip out the IQ scanner and take out the Yokai drone even just seconds away from the buzzer going.
Yeah, definitely a great round from Mantis. That utility that we're talking about being used greatly in those last couple of seconds.
It's something that we said at the start of the round, right? We wish there was more utility. We wish that this utility was being worked correctly. And look, it did take Mantis quite a while for the initial step of getting into office, but once they did it.
Yeah, I just want to also highlight what August have been doing with these bans once again. Ban the Thatcher means they're able to hold places like office, like also Archives wall, being able to deny people from above with the mute jammers. I like it.
I really like it as well, and it shows something that not a lot of teams really play into, is this long-term game. You ban something so that it actually changes the way that you can play the game, and it gives you an advantage. And if the enemy team doesn't know that strategy that you're using, then they're not going to have the advantage that you have.
Well, here we go into the 5th round, and we're going to be going for the Armory Lockers Archives bomb site once again here for August. So they started off strong out the gate, haven't they? But Mantis have come back.
Mantis are finding their feet. Perhaps this Maestro device will assist Derper with information while he holds safe inside of Fountain. I really think that the linchpin for me is going to be, can Ethan stay alive longer in Office? He was flushed out towards the north side of Office, which meant that he couldn't have any impact through that hatch. But if he can take out the Ash or the IQ, or even just hold on and make it more difficult, force the Ash or IQ to be in more exposed positions as they try to destroy those mute jammers, then I think that Ethan's going to have done a good enough job.
Well, I think Ethan's planning on playing downstairs more again. Of course, he's going to have the support from on top. And, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing someone else down there with him, but with all these angles through the floor that August can help support him with, it might not really be needed.
I agree with you on that one. I think that holes through the floor is the way to make it happen, especially since you can cut off the specific doorways that are needed to access Ethan. Looks like Ethan's just got 2 main positions he plays, one inside of Office and one downstairs inside of Server. Last time Salix got that kill, but of course, playing operators, lots of operators, such as Echo and Maestro, that want to be on cameras all the time, means that you can't necessarily spare an extra body to roam downstairs.
Yeah, that's true. It looks like Nova, once again, going to be playing that solo QS Gash style. Going to be trying to hunt him out with his own drone. It's going to be taken out before it can even get inside to see what he can see.
Job from Silix.
That being said, it's going to be easy for Nelio here now, to finish off those mute jammers and crack their way into Office here. Envy Taylor on the Thermite going to do just that.
Nelio doesn't even have to expose himself to that Teller's hatch. He can just play nicely near the east stairs in the open area, do the job with the IQ scan. A great use of that utility, and unfortunately for Silix, the support player, taken down very early by a beautiful shot from Envy Taylor.
What angle was that? All the way from on the catwalk, through the Thermite, through the rotate hole, right into the head of Silix with a few taps.
I bet you Silix was not expecting that, and has a big impact. That's all of the Echo gone. Oh, and look at a perfect counter to this deployable shield utility. Derper's going to have to deal with that. Heady pushing straight on inside. Now full control of Archives, but Derper's holding fast inside of Fountain before he's refragged.
Yeah, Ethan's downed as well, so it's all up to Emo Rin in the 1-on-4. He's going to drop the hatch, go for the flank, and he's going to find Nova, but now they know where he is. He's locked out of the bomb site as well, thanks to his own team's barricade, as the plant's just about to go down.
Could still deny this, though. C4 to work with, though, and just bobbing up over that desk. He takes a lot of damage. Oh, and look at that, the CCC from Envy Taylor. That's the lethal blow onto Emo Rin, and a sweep for Mantis, 3 consecutive rounds.
Yeah, Envy Taylor really stepping it up big that round, getting quite a few impact frags as Mantis, you know, fire back with 3 in a row now.
August were looking really good, but Mantis, once they understand the situation, once they see something once, they certainly know how to figure out what's necessary very, very quickly.
It seems like there's not enough adaptation from August either.
The August have these really good strategies that they bring to the table, but sometimes Mantis figures out how to deal with them. And then August don't change anything, so Mantis just comes in like, all right, we saw this last time, we just need to do this. Like, for example, how long did it take for Nelio to get rid of those mute jammers and for that wall to be opened up? Earlier in the round, earlier in the match, Mantis took so much time, and August worked off of Mantis' lack of information. Once Mantis have seen something once, they do things very efficiently.
So what do you think of this, Dev? Like, you know, we always talk about 2 and move, but this is now 3 in the exact same spot.
That said, they are changing some few things. So no more Maestro, just Derp, but he might still be playing in a similar position. Ethan is now switched onto a more frag-heavy Vigil, perhaps
+1 that can dodge the drones a bit better.
Exactly. So he's been relying on his teammates to assist him in dodging these drones and such.
Exact same shield placement from Solix just then.
Okay, but so that got taken out easily last time when that wall was defeated.
I think it depends if we're going to see enough investment in utility of the Jaeger devices over in Offices.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like a couple are going out into Fountain. Sorry, yeah, okay. 2 in Archives, no, potentially a second one going over into Archives. All right, so just the one in Fountain, but it's behind the deployable shield. Visual.
All right, Ethan.
Oh man, he almost lost that. I bet you there was, you know, there were a couple of moments where when Ethan was feeling very regret.
You know, he was sweating, but not sweating bullets. All right then. It's like going to take some top-down angles.
Yeah, well, it's good, nice, quick way to rotate across the map without being run out on from, for example, AC. It's a great way to push on and you know, just cover that ground safely.
I think they've decided they really need to hunt this Vigil. They don't want to let him hang around at all. Ethan in the back of the bathrooms. They know he's there. He was spotted out, but I think the question they're thinking about now is, has he moved? And he is really getting encroached upon right now. He's going to need some support from on top, or you know, just win these gunfights.
Mantis seems to be doing something really well in allocating different players to different jobs. And well, Emo-Rin's gone down to Sweet Black, but Mantis, they dedicate, okay, you three, you guys go and you take office. You two, you one, your job is simply just to hunt this roamer. And it works really well. It means that they've always got people to do the job. Nova's done his now. Ethan's on the ground. Neilio's found his in and taken down Derper inside a Fountain. Joey, very uncomfortable in Archives.
Look at this, a minute and a half, and it's a 5-on-2. Mantis just completely shredding the defense of August so far in this last round of the half. There is still the echo up, but there's really not enough time to delay. Well, too much time to delay, I should say.
Yeah, and all the intel going out for Mantis with those drones. These smoke grenades can only last for so long. Joey caught when he can't survive. Nova rushes in through, wants to find the head of Silex. He does just that, a 3K for the Ash.
Well, there we go. Mantis go 2 down to start off with, and then just put 4 on the board in a row, making them win the attack half.
What a impressive way to take down their attacking half with 4 and 2 split. I'm really impressed. Just like I said it before, and I'll say it again, August have the strats, but Mantis, they figure them out in no time.
Yeah, so what I really want to see from August is having multiple strats for the exact same bomb site, rather than just doing the same one over and over again. Like,
they
for
made
example,
some minor changes, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, we did see some minor changes. They still kept the same backbone of it, though. I believe we've got a bit of attack pause, of course, as the players are just discussing exactly what they want.
Good opportunity for August to assess how they're going to take these attacks. They've probably been thinking so much, their head caught up in the clouds about these defensive rounds, and now they can say, all right, guys, never mind that. That's done. Let's talk about our attacks. Ethan on the Blackbeard is something I'm always very scared of. Derper on the Ying, same thing.
Look at these operator lineups, of course, as compared to what we saw Mantis running, right? We've got the IQ, who's, you know, we saw Mantis running, and the Capitao, which Mantis were running, but Blackbeard, Habana, and Ying, 3 completely different operators we saw.
Yeah, I like the way that that August are bringing that Ying, kind of that forceful utility, is something you mentioned in the early rounds where Mantis were failing. They said, you know, you said we need some kind of, you know, something to force it. You mentioned glass, and Ying is exactly that, and it's left unbanned. We've seen Derper do some serious work on the operator as well. Yeah,
of course, it can throw in a few Ying Candelas, especially if you've managed to get rid of the ADS systems. You know, it's just shooting fish in a barrel if they go off correctly. Or in correct positions, I should say. We do have those operator picks locked in, but of course the 6th pick, we're going to see the Mute change over to the Rook, so an ACOG, and alright, what's this? We're going to see Silex change the Hard Breacher over to Monty. Hard Breachers, so 2018?
Yeah, I think so, 2019 now, keep up with the times, Monk. So this tells me typically that you're going for an Archives push?
Yeah, so, a very quick one.
Yeah, a quick one at that. So you got your Ying. Probably your Blackbeard will be on the north balcony, that AC balcony, cut off those rotations.
Capitao, cut off rotations
exactly.
as well. Yep.
Ying could press on in and make a big distraction while you get the plant down behind Silex. Emo-Rin can deal with those echo drones. I think that's what his role is for. Don't have anything to deal with the Maestro devices though. No soft breach capability whatsoever.
Yes, exactly. Like this is a very, I feel like this operator lineup works well against a very static defensive team. Like this strat will work well against a static defensive team. But that's really not what I expect here from Mantis. I think they're going to be very aggressive, and you know, when you're trying to run and execute as August are going to be doing, I'm not sure if it's going to be the play.
And you can see that already with the barbed wire going out on the CCTV side. The question is, how much of this investment in CCTV is going to damage Mantis as August attempt their push on what we can assume will be the archive site.
Yeah, Emo getting a bit of information with that RED scanner.
It looks like we have found Derper successfully gained access to the AC balcony without exposing himself on the bus. Ethan finds the first kill with the Blackbeard DMR.
That's the Echo too.
Takes a lot of damage for it. Once again, the Echo falling very early.
So this very extended hold we're seeing here from Mantis, completely spread out. Here we go, we got the Ying Candelas coming in already. Envy Taylor is going to find Emo in though, but that's the plant starting right now. Candela's still going off. No one here to deny it. Derpe is going to run right on in. He's prone in the corner, opposite to Sweet Black. He's going to find Sweet Black, of course, because no one had any idea that's where he was, and that's Diffuser planted. Nilio with the immediate trade, but Silex, he's going to stand there, the mountain right in front of the Diffuser.
With Ethan watching from the east stairs side, no one can make any rotations to the main hallway. Silex just gaining all intel with Ethan to follow up on the kill if needed. The Legion Mine's going to force Silex to pull the Legion Mine out. That's a rough position to be in for a Montaigne, but Nelio's gone down to the Claymore. Ethan on the flank, but it doesn't matter because it's all gone down, and August, with this strategy, this I guess unprecedented strategy that they just kind of brought out as a hope to, I don't want to say the word, I'm trying to find a way not to say the word cheese, Monkey. How do I not say the word cheese?
I don't know, I just want to say it was a bit of a blunt object, just a sledgehammer strategy, I suppose.
It's not the kind of thing you can do twice in a row as well.
Yeah, it's not, what's the word? It's not a scalpel, it's a machete.
Exactly. So, look, August have themselves another round, but how much is this kind of thinking going to actually contribute to what could be a very long best of 3?
Well, let's just take a look at these operator picks. Of course, we've still got the Ying, we've still got the Habana, and we've still got the Capitao. This time we've got the Glaz. The Ying's going to be changed out, which I kind of think might be no. Never mind. So they asked, like, of course Ying can still work, but I really want to see a Thermite. Like, I think a Thermite is a very important operator on this bomb site.
And look, there's no kind of denial for those Thermites from Mantis FPS with no mute, no bandit, so it's not like it's going to require a lot of investment to engage those Thermite charges.
Yeah, of course. Then, of course, going to see the Emo Rin on the Glaz and Joey on the Capitao can be used to such great effect. Smoke, asphyxiation bolts, and then a Glaz sitting back to force anyone trying to push on up when a plant's going down to die is just so effective.
Yeah, well, we don't have the Monty anymore, but we do have some kind of hard breach. In the Habana, finally making a return. It looks like Mantis are still investing in this CCTV side, however. They're not completely giving up on their strategy, but I think at least they now have the knowledge that August are prone to go for those kind of aggressive strategies.
Yeah, have they read that August aren't going to do the exact same thing, or are they ready for perhaps a very similar strategy here? Like, it doesn't look like they're setting up too differently for it.
I'm actually a bit worried that there are no C4s, because you know, the easiest way to deny that is just drop downstairs and pre-C4 that place. Once you've got the C4 detonated, you have so many angles you can utilize.
Yeah, it really seems like Mantis are just playing in the one plane. Now, of course, they were the ones that banned Buck.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yes, they were, in fact.
They were the ones that banned Buck, so maybe that's what they were thinking, like, you know, we can play on the one plane if there's no Buck on the board.
Yeah, well, looks like very similar kind of push from August. Perhaps this time, no, okay. So it looks like they might try to push the CCTV this time around, but
surely they try and take it.
Two players this time inside of CCTV, and Nova just in the hallway with a lot of angles that he could utilize. A lot of intel as well for Mantis with those cameras. Going to be a hard egg to crack for August. I don't think it's going to come lightly, even with the Glaz and the Ying utility. It's not easy to clear out CCTV.
Yeah, especially because they really know they can't go onto the west side of the catwalk with the way those operators will be running out on them if they do.
Sweet Black creeping up the east stairs. He's being droned out by Nova as well. This could be a great run out. Sweet Black, he potatoes all of his shots. Oh no, Joey takes a lot of damage, but finally punishes Sweet Black. Big mishap for the Rook player.
Yeah, really should have got 2 kills there. He's definitely going to be kicking himself now as the push is going to come in here. Emo Rin, no smokes in front of his face, although I say that. Joey's going to send him out. Nilio just going to try and prone in this corner, and he's going to get that frag for free. Emo Rin does not check that at all. We see the quick run out there as the Yang Candela is going to come in. Both of them flashed up. Envy Taylor wanting to piece one out of there. Nilio's going to get another one from the exact same position. Ethan's going to find Nova back, but it's a 3-on-3. Make that a 3-on-2 as Ethan's got himself another.
Ethan clearing out the bomb site now while the rest of his teammates fall down outside. Hetty, though, doing some damage, finishes off Joey and Neilio onto Ethan. It's just Silex versus 2, but Hetty's on the ground. Silex might not know this. Neilio's likely allowed to pick up his teammate. Silex wants to go for this plant. He's got to pull out the Legion Mine first. All the intel on the side of Mantis. Oh! Pre-fires for the wall, almost does Silex's job for him. But another goo mine's making this very difficult. Neilio will finish him off.
Well, August really not gathering enough information on that security part of the map.
I don't know what.
Neilio just getting 2 kills for free. No. That round should have been way over with Sweet Black with his peek out on from East Stairs.
Yeah, I mean, you can have such a massive blunder like that and then still tear away the round from August. Some oversights there, 2 players peeking away. I mean, even the first one, you can't blame too much. Emorin had expected to just be entering in and wanted to stay inside his smoke, but the second one, really, there should have been a call on to where that Jaeger had been. We got a decent man advantage now. Sorry, a decent score advantage now for Mantis.
Yeah, and look at this. Bathroom Tellers is going to be the bomb site that Mantis are taking us to now.
Well, we saw August bring us to Customs early before that they headed to Vents, so perhaps Mantis are also continuing the trend, heading to a more unpredictable bomb site before they go back down to Vents. Quite like this bomb site, though. I think Valkyrie is very, very useful on this side, but of course it being banned out by August forces Mantis to instead use a Pulse.
Right, so we're going to see Joey on the Blackbeard. Now, of course, Joey has been playing this game on and off competitively for quite a while. And he was one of the original Blackbeard mains, wasn't he? Hasn't really played as much lately, but looks like he's back there.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Joey also, for August, has been playing Zofia as well. So, you know, Zofia and Blackbeard. Ethan is now on Zofia, Joey on Blackbeard, so perhaps it's just that they want Ethan to be on the entry. They want Joey to just sit passively and do comms and hold these angles instead of being the man to make the decisions and make the plays.
Right, what about these operators for Mantis? I'm really liking these ones for defense, aren't they? They're not as frag heavy, of course. You know, they've still got the players like the Jaeger and the Bandit, but they also bring great utility.
Yeah, I completely agree. Lots of utility for Mantis. I know I don't usually say this, but I actually hope that we've got a C4 on the Bandit as well. There's just, you need so much C4, so much destruction ability and denial to hold this bomb site, as well as intel.
You know, Derpe entering in below, he's going to know that we do have the Legion of Nova in Customs. Looks like he's going to fall back, though. Keep making those attackers try and push him.
Sweet Black as well, down inside of the server, just gauging if there is a push inside of Armory. Silex droning it out, but so far no bodies up there that Sweet Black is aware of.
Yeah, it seems very slow from August. That's going to be a lot of information from Sweet Black. He's going to go for the C4, but no. That wall is going to stop any damage from going down onto the August members.
Ethan now outside the main door as well, droning himself in. Looks like August have decided they do want to push in through the Armory side. Of course, taking this Teller's bomb site, you really have to take the top floor. Once you have that top floor, you really have the game, have the round. It looks like taking the top floor is all starting at this Armory side. Joey entering in with the Blackbeard. Mark 17 in hand.
Got a big shield in front of his face, though, as well as Emo Ren is going to start things off, though. That's going to be Sweet Black going down in the Customs inspection.
A lot of numbers inside of the workshop, but Ethan takes another one down. Just Nova left inside of workshop. 2 GSG9 brothers holding upstairs.
No one's on site. Yeah, everyone is either, you know, above or in the ventilation, sorry, workshop, and Derpe's going to find him. They're
all inside each other's heads at the moment, just predicting where they're going to play. Envy Taylor with a 2K, one above and one retaking. Just 2 versus 3 now. Certainly doable for Mantis. Auglis have to regroup and prevent these flanks. MV Taylor in such a strong position, likely to find this player unawares. But Dirtbear finds MV Taylor. Fortunately for Auglis, just 1 player left, Neilio to find 3.
Yeah, he's got a great lockdown on 1 bomb site, but he doesn't really enter the bathroom. In fact, he's going to drop down right on top of the IQ. Neilio is going to find the kills on the Dirtbear there, but now they know of his exact position and the fact that he's dropped. You're going to see Solix start to attempt the plant, but Emo-Ren's going to finish off Neilio, and that's going to be Auglis, bringing us back into touching distance of Mantis.
So far, Auglis are the team who are winning the unpredictable bomb sites, whether they're attacking or defending. Like you said, no players on site. I don't think that weighed in for Mantis in a negative way, but just as out of curiosity, I think it's really interesting the way that, you know, Mantis, you know, they go take us to a bomb site and they think, oh, overall as a package, Mantis have the upper hand, and I'm a bit worried for Auglis moving forward. They've got to show us that they can make it adaptations.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go for their 3rd choice bomb site here, the ventilation room workshop. Now, of course, I believe... Oh, no. Of course, they lost on the bathroom tellers, didn't they?
Yep, that's right. So they lost tellers, so they're heading over to bathroom. They're not going to retry tellers again. They're not going to branch out into customs. Just trying out tellers. Yeah,
I was thinking the archives was available back, but no, I was mistaken. As we are going to head straight into it. All right, sweet. So...
Castle being brought out, something pretty staple for this bomb site. So castling up. I actually like to use most of the castles upstairs and hold as long as you can up in the armory, but it looks like fairly staple stuff across the board for Mantis. It's not like they're bringing any Echo to live drone each other around, or any Maestro, anything like that.
Yeah, so to counter that castle, of course, Auglis have got the Sledge and Emo-Ren. They've been bringing it quite often. Of course, Emo-Ren is the buck player on this map for Auglis, so, you know, it's kind of one and the same change here. And Sledge above can do a lot of top-down destruction. You just can't do much from below and up, can
That's right. So there's not so much difference between the buck and the Sledge for this bomb site specifically. Even perhaps Sledge is an advantage because he can get rid of those castle barricades.
I like those little ankle holes there that Hetty's making.
Makes it much more difficult to get that plant down inside of vents. So, pretty staple lineup across the board for Auglis. Same kind of stuff that they brought up for the Armory push. I expect we might see the same kind of thing, of course. They want to take Armory. They want to take over this top floor. Use this Blackbeard to force these gunfights.
They have quite a few players up above, of course, Mantis, but that's fine with a bomb site like this because pretty much every angle the attackers could want to get into on site can be covered from above.
Yep, that's true. That's one of the main reasons why Auglis really need to force this top floor, and it looks like MV Taylor stealing away a roam and CCTV as well. Quite sure where the action's coming out for Auglis so far. It's been a bit slow going. Yeah,
it's been a whole minute and they haven't really done anything. In fact, they're only really just entering the building here from the east-hand side of the map. So we're going to see Joey just see the head of the Jaeger, or was it the castle, I'm not quite sure, but he's going to get back to safety and still survive.
That said, that angle's now cut off by that Blackbeard, not allowing any rotations into Fountain. We need to see a similar kind of push, of rotation being cut from the main long hallway. Otherwise, we're going to see MV Taylor potentially flank from inside of CCTV.
Yeah, we're also going to see Nova below on that pulse. He's going to be able to support his teammates that are going to be pressured from the east-hand side officers here. Emo-Ren's going to be the first one in, but that's going to be a nade tossed on over. I think it might have been taken out by an ADS, though. So here we go, the flashbangs, and that's going to be a drop back almost immediately from the defenders up there. C4 from below, not quite landing, and Ethan's here ready to capitalize on Nova when he tries to move. There we go, Ethan finds that frag, given the first frag to Auglis in this round.
Pulse had so much potential, but didn't capitalize. MV Taylor rotated back into Armory to assist. This is really where Auglis need to be forcing this issue in Armory, and with no utility to make it happen, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. Not sure if any grenades left. Joey needs to take these gunfights, force them with the Blackbeard.
Yep. But they really need to speed it up. There's only 30 seconds on the clock, and it really doesn't feel like they're in a position to start pushing for it. But Joey is going to find Hetty, so they are finding the frags.
Oh,
Emo-Ren,
no.
Dirtbear, all up to Sweet Black, and Emo-Ren again. A flawless round from Auglis. Shut down before I could start to get too worried there.
And that's one way to come back from a technical pause. Immerin stepping it up, and in fact the whole of August, everything working like clockwork. We kept saying how time was slipping away for August at every step. It took them a minute to get in the building. It took them until 30 seconds remaining to start executing. But when they finally did, it worked oh so well.
Yeah, for sure, as we are going to go back to the Armory Lockers and Archives for Mantis. Of course, we're not seeing that Monty strat with the Yang. No Yang this time either. Could still be 6th pick, but we are going to see that Glaz back, but no Capitao either.
So here with Nova leaving the Echo instead for a Pulse. Not a Pulse? All right, a Mute. Okay, it doesn't have as much as what I was going to say is not as relevant. I was going to say a better counter for the Monty strat that perhaps Mantis would be expecting. But hey, the Mute's got a C4, can go below and do the same trick.
And the SMG-11.
Yeah, and the SMG-11, of course. So the shotgun can be much more... Oh, in fact, we're going to see the same strat that August were doing, used by Mantis. I wonder if you reckon this is something that they just decided, hey, let's give this a shot.
Yeah,
because
like
we
on
saw
the fly.
them. Yeah, I feel like it is. I reckon because the fact there was 6 picks. That's actually, if that's true, I'm really impressed by Mantis. The fact that they've decided to just, I don't mean this in a bad way, but steal another team's strat while they're versing them.
Yeah, well, we definitely saw it can be very effective, but surely August are going to, well, of course they know about their own strat and probably know the ways to counter as well.
Yeah, well, namely, Derper with the IQ can destroy those jammers from below from a fairly safe position. Once again, the CCTV heavy hold from Mantis. Lots of Jaeger devices to assist from Nelio.
Yeah, it just really feels like Mantis are just spreading out on the one plane. It's like a big, massive spider web where each player is in a position to support the one that's nearby them and just back each other up. And, you know, it really feels like if you want to flush this kind of defense out, you're going to have to bring the vertical play into it.
Yeah, you have to bring in that third dimension. So far, it looks like all was shaping up around the east side. In the most recent attack onto this bomb site, which they failed, pushed the south side. That was when they brought the Glaz. Didn't work out for them. Looks like they're going to give Glaz a shot at the archive side.
Yeah, I really wonder what their whole strategy here is. It seems like they're just stacking up outside and going to start trying to push in just a moment.
Once again, a whole minute subsided and not so much work done. Both the Glaz and the Blackbeard are on the AC balcony at the moment. Ethan gone below, perhaps to use his Zephyr lifelines to open up some angles and put some pressure on vertically. As you mentioned, that is what you believe is what August needs against Mantis.
Yeah, but it also depends on what push they're going for. If they want to do anything with the armory wall, they'll need to get below in security and customs.
I don't think it's going to be armory wall. I think it's going to be primarily the archives take. But they need to flush out these main positions, such as where Nova is. Going to be very potent. Ooh. Oh, wow, through the hatch. Ethan finds that. It's a freebie for him. And a huge boon, a huge step for August.
Yeah, I'm very puzzled by Joey and Emo-Rin both stacked up here, both playing a similar role with a Glaz and a Blackbeard. What's your thoughts here, Dev?
Okay, so Joey does the job when it's not smoked, and then Emo-Rin does the job when it is smoked, I think is the idea.
It's not a bad idea, but Sweet Black will find Silex as Emo-Rin's just going to jump right on in. There is, of course, the Maestro going to be bringing him down, but Ethan's going to find Nelio. That's the Maestro destroyed, but the diffuser has not been planted. Oh, Ethan just can't quite find the angle. He is going to see the headbutt out of ammo. Has to switch to the pistol, and Envy Taylor's going to take him on down. 40 seconds now, and it seems like August are going to start to attempt this plant once again.
This plant no doubt going to be denied shortly. And there you have it, the plant no longer going down. Ooh. Derper just trying to tap this head with the G8. Can't find the angle, still a player in officers, getting very aggressive, 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to speed it up here, August, but no one's really in a position to make a play. Emo-Rin's going to peek out. That's a beautiful shot in a heady, but 15 seconds, they're going to have to move. Oh, looks like we're going to see down on Envy Taylor as well, so it is all up to Sweet Black, and Derpe's just not aware of this. We're going to see the shots come out, and Emo-Rin's going to get it. Derpe's going to be credited with that last kill, and that is going to be August putting themselves on the match point.
And what a turnaround for them as well. I think a lot of confusing strategies like the double Blackbeard Glaz, but hey, it worked, right? And a lot of these scenarios, you have your plant who goes in, might die, you need someone to follow up, and really that's what the Blackbeard ended up doing.
It seems like they did the steps, but in the wrong order, right? They had no control of office, and they're pushing into the archives to try and plant there. But then they have Derpe come into office after. It really felt weird, but you know, you can't fault the result.
Got to agree. I really like the way that they have Ethan and kind of his role on the team. It's push from this odd angle, try and flush out these key positions by, you know, we're going to fuel you with drones, and you're going to try and get yourself set. Your job is to be safely in an unusual position, like deep inside of the map, inside of workshop. We're going to enable you to disable these key operators on the defense.
You know what I have to say about Nova is I feel like he either dies early or gets a few frags.
And that's something we see quite often, don't we, really?
Yeah, it's those fragger operators that seem to do like that. That was the same thing we saw with Todd on this August team.
Having a look at the frag distribution, though, lots of 3 double digits, 2 on the side of Mantis, whereas as for August, the team that's actually winning, it's more distributed.
10 seconds to go.
Interesting that. I guess we've got the same kind of defense now from Mantis. Like you were saying about Nova earlier, I mean, he can't be dying early through that hatch. He needs to be playing more passively and not exposing himself to that angle. But the real question is, you know, can August do the same thing? Slight changes, no more IQ, just the Dokkaebi. Is it going to make the difference?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking at these placements of the mute jammers as well. So much utility from Mantis is being invested into security room that August are just avoiding it at this point.
And it worked for them last round as well.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried for Mantis in this round if it does come down to be an Archives Executors. Worked out for August last time, and even more intel can be denied by August by using the Dokkaebi call. That logic bomb will prevent Hetty from utilizing the Maestro cameras.
Definitely, it's going to be Joey quick peeking onto the very obvious pre-fire spot that, you know, Mantis have been making up every single round. Looks like Invitational's actually going to take that angle against the Blackbeard. Sends a few pre-fire shots, but it just seems mistimed.
Yeah, but it is putting a few dents in the shield. Both shields now taking a bit of damage.
Surely
Ethan once again.
Yeah, could do so much damage from below onto that position if he wants to.
Wow, I can't believe Joey is losing this fight at the moment. Already essentially died 1.5 times by losing that shield.
To a hollow site, no less.
Ethan's job now to disable the position of Nova. The lifeline equipped and ready to do the job. Sweet Black actually, in fact, gets flushed out, but still alive.
Yeah, and he's got this angle right onto the window as well, but nope, Emarin's not baking that just yet.
Not quite sure where the final push is coming from August. They're hoping that the players will be able to be disabled inside of Archives, but there's still one in office as well that no one's dealt with. That's Nova, who could at any time drop downstairs, flank Joey or Ethan.
Yeah, once again, it seems like, you know, they're just trying to get the end result and then push out further from the bomb site. Interesting idea. I suppose it worked last time, but it really feels like Mantis is going to be too ready this time. As time's ticking away and they're not really making any moves, August.
We've seen before, though, their slow and collected playstyle can work out well. The player inside of Office can deny the Hibana charges. Now the smoke's denying any kind of entrance from August. Where's the initiative being taken? Ethan's the man who has to make it happen, but he's not in a good position to do it. Only concussions remaining on his lifeline, and he's running into Legion Mines. MV Taylor hears the audio cue, and now he's aware of that position. 20 seconds remaining. Salix wants to start planning, but Nova just takes down Derpe straight up on the run out. Nova with a second on the run out. MV Taylor jumps into the fray and finishes it off, and a flawless round to reply to Augus's.
That was just August trying to make Mantis slip up, but Mantis were just not budging. So then August go, well, we've got 15 seconds. We all need to jump on into that bomb site, and it is a slaughter. Mantis just slayed them into a flawless round, and we're heading to overtime.
6-6 now, and Mantis on defense again. Gonna retry that same bomb site. It's been of mixed success. So 2 victories on it and 1 loss.
I don't know, it really felt like August just weren't playing cohesively enough there.
Yeah, I think it was just initiative that was the main thing for me. I mean, when you talk to August and you ask them, okay, who's your IGL? They typically actually don't say that they have a dedicated in-game leader. They say that they kind of all make the calls. And this is really the scenario where I feel like you need to have a dedicated IGL. When you have a situation like that, and whose responsibility is it? When everyone says, okay, what do we do now?
Attackers need to locate
And there's that silence.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility is it to interrupt the silence?
Someone just needs to, like, it's, you know, for better or for worse, you just need to do something, not just all hang around waiting for people to expose themselves.
You're better off 5-man committing to a bad idea than 5 individuals just waiting and wasting the time.
Yeah, 100%. Right, but operator lineups this time. We've got Emma in on the sledge. So is this him trying to pick up that buck kind of role? Are we going to see some nades from below into security room?
Yeah, so no more of the Glaz. It seems to not be working out so well for Auglis. It worked out one round where Emma got a few kills on it, but Derpez allowed now to go onto the Ying. Worked really well when they played it earlier.
Yeah, look how aggressive this Mantis setup out on the catwalk is.
I like it. So this is really demonstrating why Auglis are so terrified of attacking CCTV. Even when Auglis don't attack CCTV multiple rounds in a row, Mantis still invest all this utility on that direction.
Yeah, but I'd say it's the setups that's, you know, forcing them to not go for CCTV.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But still, you really feel like Auglis really haven't made an attempt to break it at all. So maybe, well, they did one round and they just got demolished. So maybe they need to. And I just really think the answer is bringing the vertical play.
And I think that in that regard, Mantis banning out the buck has done so much more than most people would typically expect. As soon as the buck is gone, it really limits your option of that breachability.
Yeah, and look, they really can't push their way down that west side of the catwalk at all. Just completely shut down just by the aggressive plays from all of Mantis.
It looks like it is indeed going to be a CCTV push, but so many obstacles to contend with. Ethan drones it out, spots out 2 players. Some angles opened up, but not enough. And still these players allowed to survive. No vertical play yet, not from the Zafir, not from the Sledge's grenades.
Oh, Envy Taylor's been downed, however.
Oh.
Solix is going to snake his way into bomb site. Immo in from below with those nades. There we go.
There you go.
That's that vertical pressure we've been on about. But it's still not all roses yet. They've still got a few members they have to force out of there. Sweet Black's, in fact, is going to get the revive. So 3 members in all of security room right now.
Derpa does some more damage onto Sweet Black, though, almost putting him in the ground. But Neilio's very aware of these angles and now contesting them. 3 players from Mantis. And Derpa, in fact, been downed possibly, or just a lot of damage?
He's down below. Yeah, we can see his silhouette bottom left there. He is in a very sticky position as well. It's going to be very hard, but Imorin's bravely going to venture in there to try and get the revive on his teammate. So we see the run out to cross. This has just been a bit of a stalemate, hasn't it?
No. Imorin takes down Nova, doing some more work. Derper's back up again. Hetty takes down Derper in reply. Sweet Black still alive at the top of the stairs, but Envy Taylor's still alive and tired of CCTV. This has been a slogfest back and forth. Salix does some more damage onto Envy Taylor.
30 seconds.
And there's still no control of CCTV either.
Yeah, Auglis really have to hurry up here. Joey's still rotating on the very opposite side of the map.
No.
20 seconds. Has the call been to rotate and push archives? This could be the misplay here, or it could be the play. Sweet Black is in position to try and help counter this. When they hear it come on in, he could line them up with the shotgun. Here we go. First one. Nilio's got the second. Oh, he's going to miss there. Sykes going to clean him up, but Hetty as well. It's all up to Imorin, but Hetty's going to double down there, giving Mantis the first round in overtime.
I think it was a misplay. That late round decision to just completely abandon CCTV, you have to commit fully. I know it's a rough slug when there's still 1 player left and you've lost 2 players to the situation, but my goodness, Auglis needed to find a way to crack this CCTV or dedicate fully to doing otherwise.
On the bright side for Auglis, Mantis can't go back there.
That's true. So now Auglis need to win their defense of that same bomb site. No, in fact, they're going to try out customs inspection. They did win that. They played on the 2nd round of this game, and they haven't touched it since. They have a 100% win rate in this game of that bomb site, whereas Armory, well, they lost that twice. They're a good decision to return to customs. That said, Mantis might be a bit aware of it.
Well, we are going to see the mute. Now, of course, on this bomb site, we saw very early on no mute, no denial at all, and the holding set was opened up almost immediately. Of course, they're going to be able to open it up from above, but are we going to be seeing that from Mantis this time?
Look at the frags as well. My gosh, some of these players really stepping up. This is a high kill game, just the sheer number of rounds that we've had go by. I like the utility that we've got from August as well, just across the board. Bringing out the Echo again. Nice to see Silex on Echo, but there's been a couple of rounds where he's been taken out early. And when Mantis pushed in so aggressively and cleared out the bomb site, and August had to retake. Now, that's the thing I'm worried about for August.
What, retaking?
Well, if Mantis aggressively takes downstairs, just pushes in and takes the whole bomb site instead of trying to clear out the top. And August is so preoccupied with the top floor.
Yeah, and you know, also on that point, we're seeing these hatches reinforced as well. So August going to have to rely on some holes they can make through the floor. But what I was going to ask is, what's your thoughts on Ethan on the alibi? Like, what's the play there?
I like alibi on this bomb site. The fact that there's a lot of benches inside of CCTV and desks, it means that you can put your alibi devices down and the feet can't be shot from some of the default positions. It means that sometimes it's difficult at a glance to actually find out how many players are playing inside of an area such as CCTV. Yeah, Joey's struggling a bit there. I think the alibi is a good choice. And oh my god, look at this full dedication.
Oh no.
Oh, what are you doing, Neilio? Wrong button, mate. Fat finger. Oh my god,
oh,
no! No! That was a miscommunication, but Sweet Black makes it one. Nova in the bomb site as well. Sweet Black low on HP. Hetty gets the kill, and this is this full downstairs committal. Imarin through the hatch takes down one.
That's Diffuser dropped as well.
Can Nova deal some damage onto Imarin? Half HP now. He's forced out. Sweet Black needs this Diffuser. He takes down the Evil Eye. Good move. Nova grabs Kit and heads on to a safe position to plant Ethan. Down from from MV Taylor. Only 2 players left for August. Is the C4 enough to open up holes to deny this plant? No, the plant goes down. 3 players up for Mantis, 2 to retake for August. What an impressive, quick round from Mantis so far. And now they just have to hold.
Yeah, August really had no response for that play, but they have to retake. Low HP on them, but also low HP on some of Mantis, except for Nova. Nova's still 100, and August really need to hurry this up. They can't spend too long faffing about over by open area.
Oh, what a shot from Emo, and he shouldn't have won that gunfight, but he did. Only 2 more to win now, but time is ticking away. There's almost none left to destroy this Diffuser. Immorin's going to start up, putting all of his faith in Derp. But Mantis are coming from 2 sides.
Oh, no!
One's
no
down.
time!
Can
No
Derp
time!
get him? No, Nova secures the final kill, and Mantis take map number 1.
Wow, as soon as we saw Nova get this kill, it was all over. Even if Derp had found that final one, there would have been no time. That was definitely a hard-fought victory from Mantis, but I've been so impressed by August so far.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, as well, but on the Mantis side, that last push, I mean, aside from fat fingering grenade instead of the sledge button, and then sledging the wall that your teammate then destroyed with a Sophia charge, aside from some slight miscommunications, what an incredible game from the team.